Hi, and welcome to Injeb, a 4-week open online course on human reproduction, natural journey towards fertility, and reproductive biology with a hint on education about intimacy. The first week is about the natural reproductive cycle. At the end of this week, you should be able to understand the structure and function of female and male reproductive systems, explain how hormones regulate the menstrual cycle and fertility, describe the process of fertilization and early pregnancy, and finally use diagrams to identify key reproductive organs and processes. So, welcome to this week's first module entitled The Natural Reproductive Cycle Introduction to Reproductive Anatomy. Today, we begin with the basics, the reproductive anatomy of human beings. Hopefully, you'll be understanding these organs as the first step to understanding reproduction and fertility. So at the end of this module, you should be able to identify major female and male reproductive organs and explain the role of hormones in reproduction. Let's start with the female reproductive system. Inside the pelvis, we find the uterus, 2 ovaries, 2 fallopian tubes, and the vagina. Ovaries are small organs that contain eggs at different levels of maturation. They also make hormones like estrogen and progesterone that are key for fertility and pregnancy. Fallopian tubes connect the ovaries to the uterus. This is where fertilization usually happens. The uterus or womb is a muscular organ. If pregnancy happens, this is where the baby grows. The vagina is the passage that connects the uterus to the outside of the body. It's also the birth canal. The vagina leads to the external female genital organs. This illustration depicts the external female genitalia, commonly referred to as the vulva. At the superior aspect, we see the mons pubis, a fatty tissue that overlines the pubic bone. Inferior to it is the clitoris, a highly innervative structure essential for sexual arousal and pleasure. The labia majora and labia minora form the external and internal folds of tissue that provide protection and enclose the vestibule. Within the vestibule, we can identify the urethral opening through which urine is expelled, and the vaginal opening, which serves as the entrance to the vaginal canal or to the delivery of the baby when the pregnancy is ending. The hymen, a thin membrane that partially covers the vaginal opening in some individuals, is also shown. Now, the male reproductive system. The main organs are the testes, the epididymis, the vas deferens, the prostate, and the penis. Testes are not in the abdominal cavity. They are in the scrotum. They produce sperm and also make testosterone, the main male hormone. Epididymis is where sperm matures, and vas deferens are tubes that carry sperm from testes to the urethra. The prostate gland adds fluid to sperm, making it semen. The penis delivers semen during intercourse. Now, let's tackle the reproductive hormones. There are mainly five hormones that we'll be talking about during this course. The first one is follicle stimulating hormone or FSH. Even though the name might signify that it is a female hormone, this hormone is the same in men and women. The second hormone is the luteinizing hormone or LH. Same as for FSH. This hormone is also present in both men and women. Then we have estrogen and progesterone that are female hormones mainly, and testosterone, which is the main reproductive hormone in men, but can exist in different and very lower levels within women. So, the reproductive function of the ovaries is to produce eggs, and the reproductive function of the testes is to produce sperm. Hormones are messengers between the brain and the reproductive system, mainly the ovaries and the testes. Both female and male reproductive systems are controlled by hormones. The brain releases the follicle stimulating hormone or FSH and the luteinizing hormone or LH that control ovaries and testes. In females, the brain releases the follicle stimulating hormone or FSH and the luteinizing hormone or LH to control the ovaries that produce estrogen, then progesterone to prepare the body for pregnancy. In males, the brain releases FSH and LH to control the testes, which makes sperm and testosterone. To recap, female and male reproductive systems are both internal and external. They are complementary. Hormones production is key in regulating the reproductive system's functions. The main functions in our system are to produce eggs from the ovaries and semen from testes. The main hormones are FSH, LH, estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone. Thank you for watching the first module of the first week of Injeb, an open online 4-week course on human reproduction, natural fertility journey, and reproductive biology. Looking forward to seeing you on the next module.